Okay. So welcome to this year's Fire Prevention Month. Code Red in service. I'm Jody Ireland. I'm here with my partner, Terry Shaw. We're your Education Associate hosts for today. Canada celebrates 100 years of fire safety from 1922 to 2022. And this year's slogan is, "Stay fire smart and don't get burned. Wise advice." Terry and I are facilitating live fire drills at all sites throughout Care West this month. And today we're going to review with you roles and responsibilities during a Code Red. What should the first responders do if they see fire or smell smoke? What do the Code Red leaders do when they arrive in the fire zone? And what do all assigned emergency responders do when they arrive to assist? Terry will start us off by talking about first responders, roles and responsibilities.
Okay, so anyone could be the first responder. You're walking around in your work area and you see fire or you smell smoke, that makes you the first responder. So first thing you're going to do is shout for help as loud as you can, get more people to the area. So shout fire, code red, help, the location. If you have a duress button, like a momentum red button, press that to get more help to the scene. Remove those in immediate danger, get them behind the safety of fire separation doors. Open EvacuChecks for rooms that are empty and evacuated. Open means empty. Close all doors. And if the fire alarm is close by, you can pull it or direct someone else to pull the fire alarm. So we're following REACT. So that's R, removing those in danger, E, ensuring the doors are closed, and A, activating the alarm, and meanwhile shouting for help. The first responder is in charge until the Code Red leader arrives.
Right, and when the Code Red leader arrives, they should know who they are because they are an assigned regulated health professional from all shifts from each care unit, as well as staff from designated work areas such as food services, commissary, pharmacies, therapies, PPS, and housekeeping. The Code Red leader will take charge of the emergency situation and provide direction to staff, families, visitors, contractors, service providers in the area. Their job is to stay visible and be loud and bossy. Remember, when they arrive, it's probably going to be loud with the alarms ringing. If you are the Code Red leader, you might want to put your hand up and say, "I am the Code Red leader." It should be obvious to everyone arriving that you're in charge. The Code Red leader arrives on scene and starts giving directions such as, "Asher, activate the closest fire alarm if it's not ringing already. Lovepreet, remove those in danger from this hall, check all the rooms and shut the doors. Xiaoling, remove everyone behind these nearest fire doors at this end. Nadine, stand by that emergency exit at the end and ensure no one goes out. Kristen, make a follow-up page of the exact location of the fire, Code Red room 123. All responders during this situation look to the code leader for direction. After this in-service, make sure you know how to use the paging system in your area in case the Code Red leader assigns that job to you. Terry will now review what other emergency responders that are assigned will do in the Code Red situation.
Okay, so every unit and every work area must assign an emergency responder on every single shift. Days, evenings, nights, weekends, day shift, all the time. And this will be for food services, commissary, therapy area, PPS, housekeeping, all of the care areas. Different work areas assign this in different ways, so please make sure you know how it is assigned in your work area. Some units will write it on the flow sheet who the emergency responder is. Other units will write it on the whiteboard. And I've been on a unit where I ask who's our assigned responder today, and everyone points to one person and they say, "I didn't know it was me," because their name had been written on the whiteboard and they hadn't checked. So make sure you find out how that is assigned on your unit. Some people just say it during shift report. What they will do is they're working and all of a sudden they'll hear that page. They're going to listen carefully to the page. They're going to go to the location of the fire and enter the fire zone very cautiously and help. They're going to remove those in immediate danger. They're going to open EvacuChecks once the room has been evacuated. And if the fire is small and another staff member is present, then they can grab an extinguisher that is nearby and try to extinguish that fire using PASS.
Great. So we just quickly reviewed what to do if you are the first responder and discover a fire. Going to activate the closest fire alarm that activates the protocol. We review what to do if you are the code red leader, stay central and provide direction to everyone arriving. And what to do if you are an assigned code responder in that fire zone. Listen to the leader and follow react. Your assignment is to make sure you know how the code red leader and emergency responders are assigned in your work area. Also, be on the lookout for pull stations, extinguishers, and any fire hazards throughout your day. Pick up an extinguisher today and see how it feels. They're heavier than you think, and muscle memory will come in handy if you actually have to use an extinguisher in a fire situation. We'll go now to the chat box and see if there's any questions that we can answer for you. Terry, do you see any questions in the chat box?
I do not. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, I think there's no questions in the chat box right now, so I think we will stop recording, and then if you have another question, you can add it to the chat box. So I'll stop recording now, or Jody, if you can do that.